My name's Andy Harsley. I'm from a company called Rapstrap. I'm looking for £150,000 in exchange for 15% of my company. Everybody's familiar with these, the nylon cable tie. You put one in through the other and pull it tight, but most of it is wasted. Estimates vary, but we are using roughly as many of these as we are carrier bags. So that's an awful lot of plastic going into landfill every year, completely unnecessarily. As a response, I've developed this, the Rapstrap. It's a soft, flexible, state-of-the-art fastener. Does exactly the same job. You put one in through the other, pull it tight, cut the end off, but now you can use that bit again, and again. The Rapstrap gives you 3, maybe 4, in some cases even 5, and at the same price, that's not just saving you waste, it's also saving you money. So far, I've produced all of these myself using second-hand equipment I bought off the internet and homemade moulds. Quite a lot of markets have taken an interest in my handiwork, but the main targets initially have been horticulture and cabling. The product is patented widely. It's been granted in China and South Africa. It's pending in another 9 countries around the world, plus Europe. The UK market is estimated to be worth about £50 million a year. 1% of that would see us break even and go profitable. 1% of the global market would turn this into a multi-million pound venture. Thank you.
35-year-old Andrew Harsley thinks his Rapstrap could replace the ubiquitous nylon cable tie. He needs £150,000 of investment to enable him to mass-produce his invention in return for a 15% stake. He's delivered a confident pitch, but Theo Paphitis has some initial concerns.
First question, I have the Rapstrap. I have a cable tie. Which is the strongest?
The nylon cable tie is currently the strongest. These are currently made out of polyurethane because some of the markets I'm targeting at the moment don't like the stiff nature of the cable tie. They would rather have a softer product.
Having a softer product is one thing, but having something that under this sort of pressure goes, it's not going to replace the cable tie. Because the cable tie, you can hang people through it. You better quickly tell me why I should stop doing what I'm doing.
Because most applications for cable ties don't require the strength. If you want an example, if you've driven along the motorway and seen all those saplings planted by the side of the road, they're tied to a stake using a nylon cable tie. Most of that tie is wasted. There's no reason why that job could not be done.
So why wouldn't I just use Velcros?
Because they're too expensive.
That's the only reason?
Yeah. They are now down to the same price as a nylon cable tie.
Andrew's countering all the Dragon's arguments well. Will James Caan be impressed by his realistic and honest approach?
I actually buy into your argument. Providing it does the job and holds the wires together, it's fulfilled its objective. So the argument to say this can hold a human being is almost like irrelevant. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm straight with people. If people want it for a very strong application, I say, you want to use a cable tie?
In the market, globally, there is no other principal concept of a strip that is reusable 2 or 3 times.
No.
How much of these have you sold so far?
I've sold about 300,000 in the last 6 to 9 months. I have an order for a pallet load for a vineyard in Moldova. That has had to be put on the back burners because I can't supply 250,000 of them. One of my main horticultural distributors, a company called LBS, wanted to do a giveaway of these in all the garden magazines. When we ran the numbers, we were talking a few million, and it's just totally unfeasible until we've got the full production in place.
So people are showing a degree of interest in the product?
Yeah, there's a hell of a lot of interest.
Andrew's predicament isn't uncommon. He's had to put substantial orders on hold until he can afford to expand and improve his manufacturing base. Now Duncan Bannatyne wants to quiz him on his company's finances.
Do you own this company 100%?
Yes, I do.
It's all yours?
It's all mine. There are a few other people who have helped out, and I want to try and look after them by cutting them in a little.
Does it have debts?
No, I have a few debts on my credit cards and an overdraft, and I did take out a business loan last year for about £10,000.
But they're not company debts?
But they're not company debts. This is a fresh start.
An investor in this company would have no debts?
No.
Who owns the patents?
I do.
If I invested in Rapstrap Limited,
The patents would be transferred to Rapstrap Limited
With no debt.
with no debt.
I'm not big in cable ties. I know about retail. You have got no hope of getting this into the market on your own. So I won't be making you an offer. So I'm out.
Would you be interested in stocking those through your stationers if I can give you the right price?
I'm out.
Andrew's early confidence is starting to wane, but James Caan already part owns a cable connector company and seems to have something on his mind.
I made an investment on something called the Chopbox.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
Chopbox is actually doing remarkably well. We've got the distribution agreement with the largest electrical distributor in the country, who's buying 5 million units of those a year. And they want us to provide additional products with the Chopbox. So Andy, I would say that I'll be happy to make you an offer. Happy to go to the 150. I would want 50% of the equity, not 15. And happy to share that with a certain Scottish partner of mine.
Well, in effect, it is shared because I own the same shareholding in Chopbox as James does. And I'm happy to go in half with James on it.
James Caan and Duncan Bannatyne's existing investment has prompted them to join forces once again to make a joint offer to Andrew. But they want half of his company. With 2 more rival dragons still in, will he be able to start a bidding war and drive that amount down?
This is all about where you can add value and where you could really make something happen. But, you know, probably the first time for me it's happened in the den, actually. I actually think that there's 2 other dragons that add better value than me. So I'm going to back out gracefully and wish you the best of luck, and I hope that you do take their offer. But I'm out.
Okay.
And Andy, so that other than the dragons you've had the offer from, I'm the only one left. And I would, to be honest, say exactly the same thing. I can't better it. So I'm afraid, Andrew.
Okay, I understand.
With just 1 deal on the table, Andrew is running out of chances to part with a smaller amount of equity. And he's clearly worried about the consequences of giving away half his company.
My only concern about it is the fact that some other people have helped out, and I would like them to get a little bit of equity out of this as well.
You've got 50% to play with, Andy.
Yeah, I know.
You could use that however you like. We would be happy to support you on that.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. I'm just wondering, would you go a little bit lower, just so I've got something to give to them?
And, you know, we've got people coming to us with electrical accessories that are actually slightly better products than this. They're giving us half the company for nothing. So for us to offer you £150,000 for half the company, it's very generous. We couldn't better it. We couldn't improve it one little bit.
Okay.
I think our objective is very simple, Andy. We want to make you a very successful entrepreneur.
It's a powerful pincer movement, and Andrew is clearly feeling the pressure.
You're going to be able to roll this out globally without too much difficulty.
I mean, the first thing I would do is I would go straight back to the client that we have who's taken the Chopbox. They're in 80 countries.
In 80 countries. Okay.
We've no problem rolling it out globally, no problem distributing it, no problem manufacturing it.
Okay, I shall take you up on that offer.
After a tense standoff, Andrew leaves the den with a cash injection of £150,000 and 2 well-connected dragons.
Thank you.